Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having a good morning. Hope you're enjoying your weekend and getting out and getting some exercise yourself. So today I'm going to be answering a viewer question. Can a lack of exercise lead to problem behaviors in dog? In short, yes and no. Okay, so again, now that I got you completely confused, let me exercise your mental ability real quick and see if I can help you figure this thing out. Okay, for the most part, exercise is good. It's healthy. And a lot of exercise equals a lot of healthiness in your body. It just is. The more you exercise, the more healthy you are. However, that exercise that can make a dog tired, and again, a tired dog is not good at anything, honestly, other than just taking a nap. So making your dog tired from a lot of exercise will indeed cut down on any nuisance behaviors, any behaviors that you just find like, oh my God, you're running around the house, you're driving me crazy, you keep barking at this, you keep coming over to me and pestering me all day long. Yeah, a tired dog won't do that. But also a tired dog won't do good things either. Think about yourself. When you're tired, when you've worked out and you're exhausted, hey, where are you? Where are you at that moment? I don't know about dogs, but when people get really tired, they get grumpy. So let me just kind of dive into this thing. A couple good points and a couple bad points about exercising your dog. If there are any bad points, but there are. First of all, the good side is exercise is good, but it's difficult to, because like I said, it's difficult to do anything good or bad when you're tired. But that only counts, exercise is only good if it even seems remotely desirable. Remotely desirable. Again, studies have been done with primates, they've been done with dogs even, laboratory rats. And when you allow them to exercise on their own, when you allow the lab rat to get on a wheel and run on the wheel on its own, it lowered its stress response. It lowered it. However, when you forced it to run on that wheel, oh, that's a whole different story. Then that lab rat, and then that animal that was forced to do exercise had a massive, massive stress response. So that being said, exercise, think about yourself. Okay, if I told you right now, hey guys, exercise is great for you, and you go, sure thing, Brian, it is. Let's do some exercise. And I go, okay, well, put on that 80-pound backpack, and we're going to hike up to the top of this 5-mile mountain back here. And although there's not really one back there, so you just got to go with me on this. And all of a sudden, now the exercise doesn't seem like such a great thing. Now it seems like a bad thing. And now your stress response is mobilized. Think about it when people at some point made you participate in PE and you didn't want to participate in PE. Think about when you have the gym teacher making you do things, or you were in the military and you really didn't feel like going on that 6-mile run on that day. Again, exercise is great, and it's a great outlet for frustration, which is another great thing, but only if it is remotely desirable, meaning the dog enjoys the walk. If the walk's just punishment the whole way, step right, pull right, step right, pull right, yank back, all these things, stop it, knock it off, you're killing me. It's not good for you, it's not good for your dog, because the whole time you're out there, it's not the least bit desirable, and therefore you're going to incur more stress than what you're trying to let out. And that's one of the other things. It's just a great outlet for frustration. So that's a good point. We all are experiencing that right now. I'm actually seeing more and more people down here at this river than I've ever seen before. I mean, I live right here on this. This is my front yard. And so all these people around here are my lab rats. These people with their dogs, I get to just study them all the time, study their behaviors and see the good things and the bad things about them. Well, I'm telling you what, you could go entire days and hardly see anyone down here. Now they're here all over the place. They're passing by me right now while I'm doing this video. So a lot of people are taking advantage of getting outdoors and exercising because we're all being cooped up and pent up in our homes because of the pandemic. So exercise is a good way to get that outlet for frustration, one of those 4 factors that helps lower our stress response. Predictive information, which allows you to have some control, social support, and an outlet for frustration. So that's really good. It also maintains good health. Anytime you have good health, man, you're more apt and more receptive to any input. You're more willing to work. You're more willing to be creative. You're more willing to be cooperative. The healthier or unhealthier that we are, the more ill we feel. You just don't feel like doing anything. You just don't. You just want to crawl up somewhere, get in the old fetal position, and just hope that the whole world just quits spinning and just quits bugging you at that moment. So again, good health is the result typically of exercise, and that means if your dog is healthy, it's not feeling any pains, not feeling joint pains, not feeling my stomach's hurting, I just don't feel good. So yeah, that can allow you to then work on those behaviors that create good behaviors. So exercise in and of itself really doesn't create good behaviors. It just really sets your dog up to do good behaviors. It takes away, cleaves away that extra stress, which makes the animal not receptive to any sort of input that you want to give it. If it's got all this stress, it's way up in its arousal column, the farther up it goes, the more immune it is to any input that you try to give it. So exercising your dog, making it healthy, allowing it to have that outlet for frustration, taking it out into the world, getting all this predictive information, looking around here, absorbing all these people going by, absorbing these tugs going by down the river, cars, you name it. All of that helps the animal simply lower its stress, and it's all about that. Okay, so here's a couple bad things about exercising your dog. Okay, if it's not desirable, if you force it, yes, I'm telling you what, it will cause a massive stress response. If you make your dog walk further than it's capable of walking, you run your dog on a very hot, humid day like today, you're going to create absolute stress. And when you have that, now the animal is not really receptive to any sort of training you're going to give it, any sort of input that you're going to give it. It is not. It is stressed out. And all it's thinking about is relief. Just give me some relief. And the further you drive that thing up that arousal column towards that panic reactive zone, towards that I'm totally exhausted zone, you're going to lose your dog. You forget trying to work on any sort of behavior. They are not into it. So watch out. There's an old adage, physiology follows a rule that too much of a good thing is just as bad as too little of a good thing. And that's what I always say. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. So don't overdo it. Exercise does improve health. A lot improves your health a lot. But too much is bad. So keep an eye out on that. Also, kind of keep in mind too that we humans were designed to have a moderate amount of exercise, a moderate amount. It's been proven these super athletes, these triathletes, these people who run 50 plus miles a day, super athletes, guess what? They have problems reproducing. Yeah, they have all sorts of problems with their bodies. Women, same thing with menstrual periods. When you overdo it, you tax your system. You get too far away from homeostasis. Then you cause stress on the body, a lot of stress. And again, you can start getting into problems with your dog from a health standpoint. You think, wow, I'm running my dog 13 miles, so my dog's got to be in fantastic condition. Well, again, you could be overdoing it. All through human history, all the way through the history of humankind. Let me tell you something. If you ever ran 26 miles in a day, so on one of these marathons, you ever ran that in a day, it's because you were extremely intent on trying to eat someone, or someone was extremely intent on trying to eat you. So keep an eye on it, guys. Don't overdo it with your dog, because you will cause your dog to become unhealthy when what you're meaning to do was become healthy. And then when that happens, here goes our stress. And because of that, that's how bad behaviors can develop in your dog. They can, because they're simply not going to be set up properly to learn the good behaviors. Good exercise enhances mood. It does. It does it for all of us, but it's something you need to understand what that is. It only enhances it if the exercise was desirable, if you felt like you accomplished something, and it's short-lived, that little mood swing. Yeah, studies have been done on that. About 2 to 3 hours after a strenuous exercise, your mood is enhanced, and then after that, no, it's not. Now you come crashing down. Now you go to work and you're yawning at 2 o'clock in the afternoon after that 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning hard workout before you went into work. Now you're not as receptive to other people's inputs to you later in that afternoon. You're tired, you're grumpy, and all you can do is keep looking at the clock and hoping that 5 o'clock's going to roll around at some point. Geez, it must be nice to have a 9 to 5. Don't live that life. Anyway, so again, keep an eye out on that as well, guys. It will enhance your dog's mood as well. Captain loves, he's standing around here dancing around me right now. He wants this ball more than anything in the whole wide world. Yeah, I throw it for him about 15 times, and I'm telling you what, he's done. He's absolutely done. He is tired. He's hot. If I take him home after that, he's going to lie down on the floor. He's going to have this glazed look in his eyes, and he's going to be wonderful for about 3 hours. And then the rest of the afternoon, if I try to get him out and do a heel session, down session, any sort of obedience, he's not going to be into it. So I have to kind of pick. I kind of train while I play and play while I train. And that's something I want you guys to do as well. If you're going to exercise your dog, hey, mix a little work in there with it. Yeah, don't carve out just these moments where, oh, it's all work. Oh, it's all play. No. Blend them together. Teachable moments. Blend it all the time. If I've got this ball right here and I'm going to throw this ball for Captain when I turn off this video here in a second, you bet there will be some downs. There will be some stays. There will be some come. There will be some out. There will be all sorts of things mixed in with that playing because I'm accomplishing several things. Hey, remember when your stress response is first mobilized at a lower level, it actually enhances cognition. It enhances it. It's only when it gets up to those higher levels. Like those first 2 miles, you're running. You've been training for that annual event, that marathon or that half marathon. And 2 miles into it, you're with the rest of the crowd and everyone's cheering and everyone's encouraging one another. And it's all great and you're feeling pumped. You're emboldened by all these people. You're feeling so good. Look at me, man. I'm running. Yeah, to mile 8. And then all of a sudden you're going, oh God, what the heck am I doing this for? What am I doing here? Why is this? I remember in the military running on the beach. Bunch of guys all clumped up. Oh yeah, here we go. We're a team. We're running. Yeah, right. So you got to about mile 5, and then all of a sudden that little tight group, it was about a mile long. I kid you not. It was so far back. And then of course the instructors would make the guys up front pay the price for being up front. They make them drop down and do the dying cockroach where they're laying on their back and kicking their arms and legs up in the air, surf's running over them, cold water, and waiting till the other guys catch up. And as soon as they catch up, get up and start running again. Massive stress response, trust me. So same thing can happen with your dog. You're all euphoric, your dog's feeling really great. Well, I'm going to take advantage of that enhanced cognition and I'm going to actually work my dog while I'm playing with my dog. Yeah, always. I can't remember the last time I just came down here and threw the ball 20 times for Captain and never required him to do a darn thing. No, why would I do that? Take advantage. Work while you play. And then also know this. If those of you who are not able to do what I just told you, exercise your dog an adequate amount, enough just to maintain health. That's all you really want to do. You're not able to do that because you have a busy life yourself. You're kind of constrained by the environment, constrained about the rules of the societies right now. Start setting yourself up a few other ways. One of those is do not feed your dog rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is for rockets. So watch out for the protein content in your dog's food. You start getting upwards anywhere north of about 24% in your dog's protein, and you might as well just be giving them like an energy meal. And now all of a sudden I got all this energy and I got nothing I can do with it. Yeah, you ever see people, they drink these energy drinks and then all of a sudden there's nothing going on. They're sitting there going, and you're like, be still. You're driving me crazy. Just sit down. Do something. But quit moving. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So that's a bad behavior in your dog. Not so much bad, but just driving you stinking crazy. So again, I've never seen ever that the lack of exercise in and of itself was the culprit, the causality of bad behavior. And I've never seen it in humans either. No. Lack of exercise, at the end of the day, is not the culprit. It's simple lack of control. Control. adapting to your situation. A dog, I train Captain. There's not every day I get to throw the ball. Not every day I get to take him on 3 to 5 mile walk. Not every day I get to do that. I'm traveling, we're going places, we're doing things. But does he chew up my furniture? No. No. No, is he going to take it out on my couch because he didn't get exercise? No. Does he bark his head off because he didn't go for a walk? No. Does he jump all over everyone because he didn't get to chase the ball? No. No. So, it's not exercise that is your problem. It is the lack of training, the lack of teachable moments, which then leads to a lack of control on the part of your dog. In fact, if I could just say one last thing, and I'll tune out here because I know you guys got a lot to do on a Sunday. Here's a big mistake that a lot of people make. They think they must entertain their dog all the time, exercise it, engage it, interact with it. And even when they leave it, you got to leave it with something to do. Leave it with a bone, leave it with a toy, leave it with some sort of puzzle to solve. Well, you know what that does? That's okay in moderation. Remember I said too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Well, you know what doing that does? That's a bad thing. And that leads to an animal who cannot pass the time without those things. Yeah. Now you create an animal who's a habit-formed animal. A habit form. I eat at the same time. I go on the same walk and I get the same thing to chew on. And whenever those things are suddenly taken out of its life, it can't adapt because it was never made to spend time not exercising and yet not chewing on my couch because you didn't get to exercise. You follow me on that? So practice all the things that you need. There are times where I leave Captain with nothing to do. You got nothing all day. All day. I'll take you to work. I got 50 million clients to see. You have nothing to do all day long but follow me around. That's it. Nothing to do. Sometimes I even put him up. I'll put him in an office. I'll put him in a room so he's not out there because I'm dealing with dogs that are dog aggressive, so on and so forth. So he can't be around me. Just put him up. And then times I do give him something to do. And by doing that, reaching that balance, I have an animal that can do just fine in a hotel room by himself with nothing to do, no exercise, just finished an 8-hour drive, but Kira and I are going out to dinner and he's not going. That's what I get. Yeah. But then I got a dog that I want to play. I want to knock out some energy. I want to go for a long hike. I want to take my dog with me. I got that dog too. And then because I work and play and work, it's never just ignore Bryan. No, it's play and work. Play and work. We blend the two together. All right? And again, as you've seen him many times, he's around here somewhere. There he is. Yeah. Yeah, a while ago I gave him a little hand signal that I give. I can just use one finger and they can let him know they can get up from and down. And I just let him wander around while I'm doing this video. He's not on a leash. No leash at all. No, I don't have to worry about him. Because why? When we came down here, it was work and play. Okay, guys, so I hope that helps explain it to you. I know I went a little deep into it, but at the end of the day, a lack of exercise will not suddenly create all these bad behaviors in your dog. It is a lack of control because you didn't teach it how to control itself. That's the cause. That's the root of the problem. All exercise does, it does give them an outlet for frustration. Great, honestly, that's awesome. Sometimes you don't get that outlet, you just got to deal with it. Keeps them healthier. Yeah, you ache, bones don't ache. Not carrying around with a lot of extra weight. You can think better, you feel better, you sleep better. Yeah, and because I stressed you a little bit in that play, at that beginning stress, I enhanced your cognition. Oh man, you're sharp right now, you're real sharp. So now you can learn the things that I need you to learn. That's how it works. So to answer your question, the only way you can create any sort of bad behaviors is if you didn't bother to train while your dog was exercising. All right? So that's the best exercise of all. Blend them together. All right, guys, you do the same thing. Time for me, Captain. He's been really patient with me over here. So I'm going to break out this ball, give him a good throw. About maybe 10, 15. You feeling it today, Captain? Let's go, buddy. All right. I got to go do some work. You do the same thing. Enjoy the rest of your day.